Happy Halloween, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see, I'm dressed up as, this is the Undertaker from 2000's American Badass era. If you're familiar with WWF, WWE, wrestling, Undertaker is like a 30-plus year veteran. 30 years as the Undertaker alone, plus 3 to 5 years before that as different gimmicks. Gimmicks is, well, how I'm dressed at the moment. American Badass era, biker, rode his West Coast Chopper's bike around the ring, parked it there, you know, all the standard don't you know you don't touch another man's bike rules, and great one-liners like try me, I'll make you famous, good old stuff like that. So huge shout out to probably, in my opinion, the greatest, best wrestler to hit that industry. No one wrestled as long as he did. Salute to you, Mark Calloway. Much respect, much love, brother. I can't see a fucking thing. So that's why I'm dressed like some weirdo biker dude in a giant leather trench coat. But that's not why you're here. But before we get started, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. We're so close to 200 and current goal is 1,000. So if you could, and you like this video, please hit that subscribe button, set that notification bell to full send, give this video a like, comment down below what you're going as for Halloween today. Let's get started with the video. So the whole reason why you're here is there's this little website called CORDEDarms.com. Insert logo here. They do custom engraved gun parts, mainly your ejection port covers and charging handles for AR-15s, Glock slide plates and base plates. They do those too, and I mean they now go all out. So I dug a little bit at the website. They're doing things that when I ordered my mags and stuff, big part of this video from them, they didn't do that earlier this year. Now they do. 1911 grips as pictured above. They do polished looking, awesome looking 1911 grips like this Punisher one here. But mainly why I'm doing this video, because I'm mainly was customer of, and it's not by choice, magazine. So I live in Washington State. As of July 1st of 2022, we are no longer allowed to import, buy, export, sell any magazine for any firearm over 10 rounds. However, there's nothing against possession. If you owned them before any magazine above 10 rounds before July 1st, 2022, you're in the clear. Of course, that caused a massive panic buy here in Washington, and granted, I kind of saw that coming. This wasn't the first time that Washington State tried to do so, and there was plenty of warning time beforehand. I'm just surprised how many people didn't believe it until it passed. Like gun shops around here even. I went down there looking for magazines when it first hit the Senate. I think it was what it was introduced in was the Washington State Senate. It wasn't even voted yet. And I went and bought some, and they were like, what are you, crazy? And I'm like, no. And I was right. It passed anyway. So I was a huge customer of theirs for magazines. So what they have is they have about 15 to 16 pages, and you can adjust how many show up on the page. 15 to 16 pages, if you leave that alone, of just pre-made laser engraved PMags. They have your political statements, so your pro Donald Trumps, your anti-Hillary Clintons are still available, anti-Joe Bidens, those are still there. They also have your comic book heroes. Deadpool's a big one, the biggest one of course, because it's so synonymous with the Second Amendment movement now. Punisher skulls. They have all kinds of different designs revolving around the Thomas Jane early 2000s Punisher skull. That's like the most famous one now within the Second Amendment. That's the one that Chris Kyle and his unit used over in Iraq. Yeah, they have those. But they also have the Netflix John Bernthal version of the Punisher skull. But the big part, and my big buy with Corded Arms, was they have the option to submit your own designs to have laser engraved. You can just do simple statements. They have options for different fonts and type in what you want it to say and they'll do it. But mainly what I did was custom images. So if you have a black and white image of a logo or whatever that you want done, you can submit it and they will do it. And I have not found, when I could buy there, their limit as far as what they won't do. So some places won't do anything that's copyright. Some places will have some moral standing, like if it has anything to do with racism or hate groups or anything like that, they won't. I haven't found anything that Corded Arms won't do. Granted, I'm sure somewhere they have a moral. I'm not saying they're immoral. So that being said, I'm going to show you some examples. One of the first ones was that I had done, and this was the experiment to see where their line was, is right here, if it'll focus. Igvis here. That is as it is known today as a Viking compass. For the statement around that is so you don't lose your way, something like that. However, I'm quarter Norwegian. I've studied the history a little bit. I'm not no expert or anything, but Vikvisir is actually Icelandic, came after the Viking Age. Granted, I will give Iceland some credit. They are like the last of the Nordic nations to drop paganism for a little bit. So when Christianity took over Europe and all that good stuff. But that being said, you know, it's not technically Viking, it's Icelandic. However, I still got it made anyway because it's still a cool ass fucking symbol. Also, video game stuff. Now, one of the pre-mades is a Halo, UNSC Eagle, if you're familiar with Halo. I did have that one ordered a while ago. I also had the Far Cry 5 one made. That is the symbol for Project Eden's Gate, the cult within the game, Peggies as they're called. And I still play that game to this day. That's one of those video games that isn't a broken pile of dog shit. So there you go. And then this one. If you're not familiar with what that is the USEC logo for players in Escape for Tarkov. That's a great game if you like getting your ass kicked for no good reason. So yeah, I had those made. I've also had the Mark of the Doomslayer, if you're familiar with Doom. I mean, who doesn't know Doom? Especially recently with 2016's Doom remake and its sequel, Doom Eternal. The Mark of the Doomslayer is huge, and the meaning behind it, especially as Doom Eternal's lore expanded, is just awesome. So they did that for me, no problem. So and as far as these two go, I had these two ordered almost right up to the border, or the deadline, I should say. I had those two ordered right up to the close to the deadline of July 1st. I keep wanting to say July 2nd. It was July 1st. Not that it matters. It's only a day. When they received that order, within an hour, I get a text message. And I was totally expecting that meant that it was canceled, but within the hour, I got that text message. They were done. There was a picture of them, two of them next to each other, done. And a quick little message from whoever the laser engraver was, that they are rushing these to me because they know what's going on in Washington, and they were one of those companies like Palmetto State Armory, Aero Precision, that put priority on Washington State orders to get them to us quicker, as fast as possible. So I apologize to the other 49 states if you ordered from those companies. It was my fault. And everyone else is in Washington. Yeah, go give them a look. If you need some custom ejector covers, your Glock parts, magazines, they'll do them. Oh, and they won't just do PMags either. I almost forgot. Your options for magazines for getting laser engraved are your PMag Gen 2 and Gen 3, PMag 300 Blackout, and GI mags. I think they, at least when I got these done, they did GI mags. So there you go. You don't just have to get PMags. Thank you, Corded Arms. I appreciated your hard work and getting that stuff out to me. And hopefully, if we ever move out of this state, I'll be able to buy some more from you guys, because I had a lot more ideas other than that, and just I don't get to do that now. So thank you. Again, if you haven't already hit that subscribe button, hit it for me now, please. If this video like, pass it around with your friends, and I will see you next time.